It was one of those laughs that goes into applause, then back to laughter. A reaction I had never received in the 6 years I had been pursuing stand-up. It was such a rush. I couldn't wait to get booked on a storytelling show again. But the problem was, at that time, there were barely any storytelling shows. So with the help of fellow comedian Julia Rozzi, I co-created my own. Because I was actively dealing with dating struggles, have I mentioned yet that my love life was a disaster? We decided to theme the show around love, sex, dating, and call it Stripped Stories. Hey, it worked for Xtina. We thought the word stripped was provocative, yes. But it also spoke to the sheer honesty behind telling a story on stage. You are stripping away the small talk and BS and getting to the nitty-gritty right away. Our very first show sold out. There was even a line half a block long of people who were turned away. People wanted to hear people tell stories, and they still do. Our show has been running for 8 years now and touring nationally, and we see no signs of it stopping. I had a natural knack for storytelling. It just seemed like the perfect fit for me. I explained to my talent manager at the time that I was thinking of transitioning out of stand-up comedy. I told him I didn't really want to tell jokes. I wanted to tell true stories. He told me it was a dead end. My manager explained that a lot of stand-up comedians didn't want to be stand-up comedians, but it was what they had to do to get seen so they could become actors or television personalities and so on. I saw his point, but tried to push forward, asking, but couldn't telling stories lead to all that too? He told me no one just tells stories. Well, I said, what about David Sedaris? He sells books and does live tours where he just reads his true stories and he's a household name. I'd like to be the next David Sedaris. My manager said, no, you're going to have to keep doing stand-up. Sorry. Needless to say, I started seeing a therapist to break up with stand-up. We'd been dating 6 years and neither of us was happy. The relationship was going nowhere. And pursue a risky career path in something called storytelling that I wasn't even sure existed. Within a year of that awkward conversation with my manager, we had parted ways. By the following year, my next manager signed with me because I was a storyteller. Storytelling had become so popular, it was something talent representatives desired rather than tried to shut down. And I am still with that new manager who is now my agent. Go where you are celebrated, not tolerated. Unknown. I am still a far cry from the next David Sedaris, and that's okay. What matters is that I have been able to pursue the art form I truly love. It kind of makes me wonder how many others have been shot down when presenting what seems to be a cockamamie idea to their team. What do you mean you want to put peanut butter and chocolate together and sell it as candy? One is sweet and one is savory. How can that possibly work? Can you tell I am on a no-sugar diet as I am reading this audiobook? There will be more discussion of the brilliance of Reese's peanut butter cups later in this book, I promise. I wanted to share this art form with others, so I started teaching classes. At first, I had to beg to get 4 people to take my class, but I stuck with it, and in under a year, I moved my practice to the Upright Citizens Brigade Training Center, where I created 2 advanced levels in addition to a beginner level. My classes were suddenly selling out within minutes of being posted. People wanted to tell their stories, and they wanted the tools to do so. I no longer live in New York. I'm a California girl now, but my teaching practice has grown exponentially. I have literally been flown around the world to teach people how to tell stories. I could bore you with my entire resume, but let's just say when it comes to teaching people how to tell stories, I know what I'm talking about. I have taken some of the worst, most fearful public speakers ever and turned them into storytelling superstars, and I can do that with you. I can honestly say that when I started storytelling, speaking openly about my experiences, my life changed for the better. I started having sincere relationships with people right away, instead of hiding behind bravado or small talk. I've drawn a lot of open, like-minded folks into my life since, and I've tried my best to cut the phonies out. I found ways to translate storytelling into other work opportunities, books and screenplays, live shows, printed articles, teaching, public speaking, even corporate training. I also want to note that I did not have a financial cushion, like a trust fund or a sugar daddy to fall back on while I pursued this. I mean, who even has an actual sugar daddy? I pursued storytelling while holding down multiple survival jobs, all of which I was terrible at, so I know it's totally possible for anyone to foray into this.